This is my trip to Argentina, South America, in June 2018, the beginning of winter. My tour group will stay 7 days in Buenos Aires and 3 days in Iguazu Falls, both in Brazil and Argentina sides. I come to Argentina to fulfill a dream conceived 10 years ago, to go to Argentina to dance Argentine tango with a true Argentine man. I never dreamed that such a tango tour ever existed, let alone came knocking at my door. Thanks to Karen, our dance teacher, who takes 12 of us from Oakland, California, on a trip to distant South America, to trip on our light fantastic toe. We are in Buenos Aires, a modern city divided into neighborhoods. One of them is Recoleta, where the rich live in mansions and relax in this lush park. They go to elegant cafes to drink café con leche and eat media luna or croissant. Our hotel Splendor in the Recoleta district is a short walk to El San Juanino at Calle Posadas for empanadas of all kinds, our first lunch. From my hotel window is this former tango house. There are now 150 milongas where you can dance tango from 4:30 p.m. to 5 a.m. We'll have a tango lesson by day and a milonga or tango dance by night. When in Argentina, do as the Argentine ladies do. Do not ask the men for a dance. On day one, we're escorted to the studio to meet our Argentine partners. What a surprise to find 5 young men with a master teacher. We're all looking at me. Oh my God, it's a cabeceo in progress. Which one shall I choose? Diego starts the lesson with Pelin, the lovely young Turkish lady who came to Argentina and stayed. We polish walking with forward body posture, different from the American tango. Then we practice ocho cortado.
Ocho cortado. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And the other one is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And the turn. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Collect and go.
Tonight, we're treated to a tango show at Piazzolla. Karen and her husband Sven pose with the dancers for a souvenir photo. We are wined and dined to an elegant dinner. Here's a photo of the tangueros and tangueras, or tango dancers, with the master, the students, and our Argentine partners. Today, we polish our musicality, listen to the music and dance double time accordingly, as they do with the fast milonga music. Everywhere you see French influence, in mansions among other things. Susana, who's always chic, reminds me of the elite who went to Paris to copy styles. When Claudio Segovia took his show, Tango Argentino, to Paris, it made a big hit, and on his return in 1985, his company of 15 became the first teachers of the new tango. We shop at Conilfo for tango shoes that can withstand hours of dancing. Dorothy buys 5 pairs. How the ladies here love the sexy spiked heels. I have a private lesson. What a lovely surprise. They give me the best looking guy, Miguel. More surprise, he picks me up from my hotel. I learn exercises on standing tall. That's the key to present myself well. The night belongs to the tango. I proudly put on the tango dress that I meticulously designed and made. At 9:30, Yoon takes us to our first milonga dance. She's a Korean lady who came here in a tango tour and ended up marrying a local tanguero. We are at Milonga El Beso. Our Argentine partners are so warm and romantic. They always greet us with a kiss on each cheek. To my surprise, the gentlemen sit together in a row, perhaps to better fix an eye on a lady. The ladies sit together, deciding whether to nod back or look away. He's a good-looking guy. Wow, I get a cabeceo. As I video for Miko, Miguel says, "We're being followed by the paparazzi." Marisa and Vem steal the show with a swing dance during intermission. Nancy and Gil follow suit. On day 3, we learned to do less lead by the leader. No need to use the arms or shoulders, just the chest. Miguel and his wife Peline, phenomenal performers, demonstrated.
She pass, and at the same time, when she pass, I'm going.
The shrub spells BA for Buenos Aires. Cynthia takes us on a city tour of the different neighborhoods. A dancer herself, her first topic is tango. First, we visit historic San Telmo because it was the first ever built. This lovely neighborhood with narrow cobbled streets beats the rhythm of the tango. It was here that the tango was born. Tango dancing in the street is a lovely sight. Argentina's economy boomed in the 1920s, turning Buenos Aires into a Paris of the South. The 16-lane Avenida 9 de Julio was patterned after the Champs Elysees of Paris, but twice as wide. In Plaza de Mayo is Casa Rosada, with its balcony where Evita spoke to the people. As First Lady, she pushed for women's suffrage, pension for the elderly, and provisions to the poor. She's the first woman on the 100 Argentine dollar bill. We enter the very ornate Catedral Metropolitana. The altar is made of algarrobo wood with gold leaf, according to the Pachacama and the Catholic tradition. Here Pope Francis once preached as Archbishop of Buenos Aires, his love for his humble lifestyle and his help for the poor. Outside, this eternal lamp is burning for the traditional hero, Jose de San Martin. Inside is his tomb, guarded by soldiers. At the center is Pyramid de Mayo, a white obelisk to mark the 400th anniversary of the country's founding by Pedro Mendoza. Political rallies happen all the time. Today, the protest is against legalizing abortion. Across the plaza is the stately Teatro Colón, 7-storied, with red velvet seats modeled after Versailles. It has a presidential box with its own Casa Rosada. Big and high, Evita's photo captures her radio broadcast, declining the people's wish to make her vice president, because unknown to them, she was the next barrio we visit is La Boca. The poor Spanish and Italian immigrants live here, along the Riachuelos River. They work in the docks processing Argentinian beef for export. This is a tango house with Evita's statue. But first things first, these empanadas are alluring. Unwittingly, the workers' multicolored dwellings of corrugated zinc siding, painted with leftover marine paint from ships, are a tourist delight. This is the little cobbled curving Caminito Street, named after a popular tango. Tango predominates the paintings, as you can see in this open-air museum. We visit Evita's grave in the Recoleta Cemetery. The dead, once inhabitants of French-like mansions, show their wealth even in death. Evita qualified to be interred on account of her people power and her family's name, Duarte. But one Peron who died in 1974 failed to qualify. Adjacent is Plaza Francia with several pasea perros, or dog walkers. It has traditional cafes like La Biela. It's tempting to sit outdoors if you don't mind paying 20% more. On Sundays, the streets are filled with tangueros, puppeteers, and estatuas vivas, or living statues. Tonight, we go to an early milonga at 7 p.m. The sign says, "You have arrived at Obelisco." These are some of the living statues. They have a bigger hall than yesterday's. Here I befriend a French lady who has lived in Buenos Aires for 10 years. Here are 3 young handsome guys looking at Fumiko. On the wall are the 10 commandments of tango dancing, to which I add the 11th, "Thou shalt not turn thy back on earnest tangueros." We buy drinks for our partners. Dorothy has classy taste, treating Benjamin to champagne.
On day 4, we are whisked to a fiesta gaucho. When Pedro Mendoza landed in 1536, he found feral cattle and horses. That gave rise to the gaucho or cowboy culture. We arrived at Estancia Santa Susana.
What a nice welcome with warm empanadas and wine.
And a furry welcome by the resident cat.
The man in red, likely the owner, wears many hats. He starts as a wagon driver. Horseback riding, anyone? The ride makes us hungry for the Argentinian beef. Something smells delicious. May follows her nose to the parrilla, where big slabs of meat are grilling. The gaucho comes with a tray of various meat asado. Yum, yum. The fillet is so tender.
After serving, our gaucho hears music and sweeps Maria off her feet. What do we dancers do when we hear music? Dance, of course.
Outdoors, 4 gauchos vie on who could spear the suspended ring standing up while galloping at high speed. It's no easy task. The winner gives the ring to his lady. It must be Maria's day. First a dance with her gaucho, then a kiss and a ring. On day 5, our new teacher Ana Maria demonstrates how to dance tango with a close embrace. Dorothy gets A+ in close embrace, not only with her favorite Benjamin, but to every partner. Our half-day excursion is 35 kilometers north to Tigre City. What a refreshing sight to see houses on stilts. Here's the dock where they pick up their mail. A casino on water provides entertainment for the islanders. Tonight, we go to a late milonga at 11:15. It is fittingly decorated with paintings of tango dancers as well as estatuas vivas. Inside are more lovely paintings in a big hall and more living statues. Dorothy and Maria are good at catching a cabiseo from the locals. On day 6, we take a group picture at the end of our tango lessons. We celebrate with a wine tasting. The 2013 Zucardi Malbec is from the Mendoza region, one of the top winemakers in Argentina. Vilma, our wine connoisseur, says that it is a full body red with vanilla and pepper taste. Very good but a bit young. At 10:15, we go to our last milonga at La Nacional. And who do we see? Cynthia, our tour guide, with her dancing partner. The Argentinians are passionate dancers. I see it in their eyes. I feel the energy flowing between two people, reveling in each other's arms, even for just a moment in time. This is a special night because they have a live band. The wailing sound of the accordion-like bandoneon expresses the feeling of tango. A break later from tango is a folk dance, and what joy to watch Yoon and Benjamin so gracefully dancing to it. Dorothy checks her watch. At midnight, the clock chimes the hour, and we rush to leave. But we're careful not to leave one precious tango shoe on the dance floor, for this is not a fairy tale.
It is real, a very exhausting, yet oh so exciting experience.
Reluctantly, I leave the tango world. We fly to a greener pasture to relax in the sheer beauty of the Iguazu Falls. On this beautiful morning, these white billowy clouds lift me up from my blues. Suddenly, an apparition appears in the distance, as white as the clouds above. It's the legendary, mighty Iguazu Falls, 3 times as wide as the Niagara Falls between the US and Canada. Our group splits into 2 vans. 4 stay on the Argentine side, while my group of 7 go to the Brazilian side. It is famous for its panoramic scenery. Feeling a sudden back and leg pain, I find it grueling to walk. Pinching my back, I do manage to limp along, even up the stairs to the 1-hour finish line, with some photos to boot. The water drops 247 feet with a big spray, creating a rainbow. Adding enjoyment to our walk are butterflies and the ubiquitous coatis. We regroup at the cocktail lounge of our luxury hotel, the Emilia. We enjoy free cocktails and popcorn. Dinner is fancy. Our favorite entree is the subito fish that tastes like Chilean sea bass. It's accompanied with a buffet of side dishes, salads, and decadent desserts. This is the day of raincoats and of chaos. We sit in the bus, stewing and waiting for our next move, while the driver quietly sips his yerba mate tea from his ornate cup. May takes a sip to help calm her nerves. We join a large group under one guide, take the tram, then are ushered into different destinations. Some get under the falls in a boat. And get soaking wet, but there was the thrill of it all. My group walked the middle trail on level platform through the forest. The big fall is called San Martin. Susana absorbs the culture by talking and photographing families. The rainforest teems with plants and flowers, and even a colorful bird on a tree. And a family of vultures with 2 chicks on their lofty nest. Suddenly, there's a downpour. So what do we do now? Nothing to do but gaze at the tree before us with mysterious fruit. As we walk back home in the rain, we see on the wet grassland a southern lapwing and one of the species of thrust. How about a swim? Vem and Marisa join in, but they rather dance in the water. I can't resist getting a massage. It's heavenly. From our hotel, we get a picture window of the waterfalls. We enjoy a buffet breakfast in this classy ambiance. And to top it all, there's a harpist. I asked him, "Por favor, ¿puede tocar la música por una cabeza?" This is our last chance to see the mighty Devil's Throat. Due to Fumiko's persistence, we walked to the train that crossed several bridges. The Argentine flag marks the spot. Voila! It's right before our eyes, gushing, thundering, swirling into a large open throat, ready to devour a careless onlooker. We've seen it all. We celebrate with a dance as we wait for the bus to the airport. I take a last glimpse of our lovely hotel. I can still hear the harpist's nostalgic rendering of Por una cabeza. And images flash in my inward eye. Images, as May puts it, of dark milongas and romantic Argentinians.
Images of my tango dance with my Argentine partner Miguel to my favorite tango music, Por una cabeza.
Is it all a dream? Indeed it is, but it's my tango dream come true.